Welcome back to Choco Travel Guide. In today's video, I'm sharing my full experience flying to China with Asiana Airlines Business Class. I started my journey in San Francisco, flew to Harbin with a transfer in Seoul, and on the way back, I departed from Shenzhen, once again stopping in Seoul before heading home to SFO. In this video, I'll take you through every leg of the journey, from the business class seat tour and in-flight meals, to the airport lounges and a quick look at the cities I passed through along the way. Let's take off. My trip began at the United Polaris Lounge at SFO, easily one of the best lounges in the US. It's sleek, modern, and offers everything you need before a long-haul flight. You'll find a buffet, a full-service bar, craft espresso drinks, and even a la carte dining. But what really stood out for me was the sleeping suite. The Polaris Lounge has a designated rest area with sleeping pods, private, quiet, and dimly lit. During peak hours, you'll need to join a wait list. Luckily, I arrived just before closing and got a spot right away. Inside the suite, they provide an eye mask, slippers, sparkling water, and a personal speaker with white noise. It's a perfect setup to refresh before boarding a long flight. I boarded Asiana's Airbus A350 in business class from San Francisco to Seoul, and the experience was smooth from the start. The seat layout is 1-2-1, giving every passenger direct aisle access, with lie-flat seats, good privacy, and plenty of storage space. For the meal, I went with the traditional Korean course, which included bibimbap. It was interesting to try, fresh and light, maybe a little too healthy for my taste. Next time, I'd go for the Western option and order the beef tenderloin instead. There's also a great selection of drinks. I chose a Riesling, which paired nicely with the meal. At my seat, there was an amenity kit from Aigner. You've got the basics: a toothbrush, eye mask, earplugs, hairbrush, socks, and a few skincare items. After dinner, I settled in and got a good night's sleep. The flat bed and blanket made it really easy to rest. Breakfast was served before landing. It was a Korean-style rice porridge. Not really to my taste, but it was a light option to start the day. Prices for this route vary, but expect to pay over $5,000 round trip for business class. After about 11 hours, I landed at Seoul's Incheon International Airport, and honestly, it feels more like a big shopping mall than just an airport. It's clean, modern, and super easy to navigate, even with a relaxing zone with day beds for layovers. One of the highlights is the massive dining hall. You'll find everything from Korean comfort food like bulgogi and spicy ramen, to international picks like burgers, pasta, and pastries. It's perfect if you want a proper meal before your next flight. There's also no shortage of high-end shopping. But one cool stop I recommend is Gentle Monster. It's a Korean eyewear brand known for their bold, artsy designs and really creative store displays. Even if you're not buying sunglasses, it's worth a look just for the vibe. And if you're looking for a quieter spot to chill, check out the Starbucks Book Cafe, located in Terminal 1 near Gate 28. It's more than just your typical Starbucks. The newly renovated space is open, with floor-to-ceiling bookshelves and cozy seating. It's a great place to grab a coffee, flip through a book, buy some K-pop accessories, or just take a breather away from the busier areas. Asiana has 3 business class lounges at Incheon Airport, one in each wing, so no matter where your gate is, there's one nearby. Getting in is seamless. Just scan your boarding pass and you're in. The lounge is clean, modern, and well equipped. There's also a buffet with hot food, snacks, including Korean instant ramen. One thing you don't want to miss? The self-serve draft beer station. Yes, beer on tap at the airport. They also have semi-private sleep pods. They're usually occupied, but I got lucky and grabbed one. After a shower in one of the private suites, I kicked back in one of the massage chairs. And that combo, shower, massage, and beer, that's how you do a layover right. For the next leg, I flew from Seoul to Harbin on Asiana's regional business class. This was a shorter flight, so no lie-flat seats. Instead, it's more like a premium recliner setup with extra legroom and wider seats. It's a solid step up from the economy. Let's check out some of the seasonal highlights in Harbin. The city is best known for its ice and snow festival. I took a stroll down the famous Central Street, a pedestrian zone with beautiful Russian-style buildings, street snacks, and that classic winter vibe. After my trip up north, I made my way to Shenzhen, a city that is modern, fast-paced, and super cosmopolitan, kind of like the Silicon Valley of China. I spent some time exploring SeaWorld, not the theme park, but a waterfront area filled with trendy restaurants, bars, and a chill evening vibe. Another spot worth visiting is Wanxiangtiandi, a beautifully designed open-air shopping and dining complex that blends international brands with local flavor. Nightlife at Wanxiangcheng is also fabulous with festive decorations. Shenzhen really has that futuristic meets lifestyle feel. While in Shenzhen, I stayed at the Andaz Hotel, one of the city's most luxurious spots. It's located right next to Wanxiangcheng and Shenzhen Bay Park, with amazing views overlooking Shenzhen Bay. And just across the water, you can actually see Hong Kong. Super convenient location, stylish interiors, and definitely one of the top picks if you're looking for a high-end stay in the city. Once I got to the airport, I had time to relax at the business class lounge. It's not massive, but it's clean and quiet to unwind. The flight from Shenzhen to Seoul was on a similar aircraft as the one I took from Seoul to Harbin. No lie-flat seats, but comfortable with warm, friendly service. Back in Seoul for my return flight to San Francisco, I had about a 2-hour layover, just enough time to swing by the Asiana Lounge again, grab a quick bite, and relax before boarding. The flight back to SFO was on a similar aircraft as the first leg, same comfy lie-flat seats, same layout. For meals, I went for both Korean and Western cuisines. You wrap it in lettuce with a bit of sauce, kind of like you do at a Korean restaurant. To be honest, the Western option might be slightly better. All in all, Asiana delivers a solid business class experience, not flashy, but reliable, comfortable, and filled with thoughtful touches. If you're planning a trip to Asia and want something with great service and solid food, it's definitely one to consider. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below if you've flown Asiana or are planning a trip soon. See you in the next adventure.